Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Tracy, and it's not quite a rocks chat. I've not got my morning routines up and running. First thing I did this morning was strip the beds and go and have a shower and wash my hair and use a treatment. So I'm not quite there. Then eat and take my medication, and so I've been a busy girl this morning. Not quite in the swing, but getting there, getting there. I think I needed a break from that routine. In any case, for some, you know what it's like when you do something all the time. It is good to have a break from it. So it's done me good in a way. No, I can't say having this illness has done me good, but you know what I mean. It's broke from the usual daily. I hate the word routine of life. So yeah, I didn't sleep very well last night. Oh man, and I'm getting annoyed with myself because I think half of the problem, well, no, maybe 3/4 of the problem is me. Gary goes to bed fairly early because of work, and last night he was really tired, so I was on my own and sitting there watching TV, but because it's something that didn't require me to watch with 100% concentration, I started playing my game. And it's a phone game, but nevertheless, I'm addicted to it when I start. And I played it far too long and found it hard to break that. So when I was tired, I went to bed, but as soon as I lay down, it's like my brain says, pick up the phone. You may realise I'm not using this phone today to record on. There is a reason, I'll tell you in a sec. Which does mean the picture isn't as good. So if I'm not as gorgeous as I usually am, you'll know it's the crappy phone. It's not me. It's not. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh Lord, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I think I sort of lay there, and the little phone says, "You know, you just want to play a couple more. You just want to beat the score. You know, you just." And then 3 hours goes by. And of course I was coughing and wheezy. Didn't help. But I need to leave this thing alone before I go to bed, or while I'm in bed especially. I might start, well, I was going to say I might start charging it over the other side of the room, but that would be a bit of a silly thing to do when you might need to grab it. And there was something on TV yesterday that made me realise you don't really ever want to be too far away from your phone. One of the soaps that I watch, well, I only really watch one these days, they had a storyline where one of the main characters in that suffered a stroke, and he'd rushed home to go search for something, left his phone behind, and then he was in the grips of this stroke, and he had no phone. Even if he did have it, would he have been able to use it? So, it was a scary thing. I mean, so well done. And it was done in tandem with the Stroke Association, and they had a guy who's very similar story, and he was like helping. It was so realistic and so scary, and and it was quite poignant for me because my mum had a bleed, and that's what killed my mother. And Mike, as you know, my youngest son, suffered a stroke getting on for a couple of years now, well, a year and a half. And he finally had his treatment a few months back. But his was caused by an AVM, which happened in the womb, a collection of blood vessels, and an aneurysm on it. So his had a reason. My mum's was just a bleed. But, it was a bit of a scary thing. So I think I will make sure I've got my phone at my side, just not playing a game on it. That would be the best thing. So Tyler is still ill and he's throwing up. It's really quite worrying. I don't know why. As soon as it looks like it's gone, it's coming back. So it makes you wonder if it's something that's coming back into his diet that triggers it. But they're taking him back to the doctors today, so hopefully they'll do a sample and we'll figure out what's wrong with him. Poor little man. He's looking, I saw him yesterday. I popped in on my way home, and it was funny. So I was sitting there with a mask on, so they didn't catch my illness, and it was kept our distance across the garden, so I didn't catch his. And yeah, but it was nice to see him, even if it was just in passing. It just feels like so long since life has been normal around here, you know. And when I say that, I mean being able to just say, do you fancy going here? And saying yes, and getting in a car and actually driving there and going shopping or to the arcades or whatever it is we used to do. Walking. We can't do any of it because as soon as Tyler goes back to nursery, it brings some other illness back, which they try and keep away from me because of what happens since my cancer up. And, you know, life has just been so strained, you know, in that respect. I've been lucky to see Paul and Victoria and Harley because, you know, of circumstances, but it's just been amazing, isn't it, really, this period of time since the start of the insanity back in China. You know what I mean? The Rona. Anyway, you don't have to dwell in on illnesses. I think I've exhausted that one. Anyway, I've finished this. Look, I've done it. Finally, I have finished my, I don't know, do you call these cowls or do you call them infinity scarf? Is a cowl more like this and an infinity scarf more like this? I don't know. I ought to, but I don't. So this is made with Hayfield Bonus Chunky, and I knitted it. It's knitted rib. And the edging is the Poundland Streamers, which is a DK. I know they're different thicknesses, but it doesn't really matter because it's just an edging. And so it's a hybrid project. I've done this before, knitted and crocheted, a hybrid project. So this is another. And since I made this, I found more of the yarn, so I could do a nice hat to match, or some fingerless gloves or something. But I really like the way this knit is up. It's really nice and squishy. So finally finished another whip. Another one bites the dust. That really was out of tune. I'm sorry about that. At least they won't be able to recognise it and put a strike on there. Oh my. Yeah, so I got up really early. Decided that it was time for not a spring clean, but there is something about spring, isn't there, that makes you want to throw out all the old and start renewing. And so off came the bedding and on went the new. So yeah, but it did wear me out a little bit. And some people did comment yesterday that my breathing seemed a little more laboured yesterday. Well, I suppose it is, but it's not bad. I mean, I'm not, it's just a message, I'm not kind of as bad as I was by any stretch of the imagination. I couldn't have driven the way I was before. I had no energy, and I was worn out. As soon as I coughed, I was worn out. So I'm nowhere near like that now. And I would say this is now like when most people are ill. It was just dreadful. It was horrendous. So why am I not using this today? I did mention that I was cheesed off with UPS for not getting in touch with me. And so finally, my letter has hit, because I addressed it to the manager, and they have said that someone will call me. So to make my phone available for a call between this morning and I think it was like 4:30. So at any point in time, they will ring me. So I figured I'm not going to put it on Do Not Disturb and film the way I normally do. Let's just make sure it's not Do Not Disturb and I haven't forgotten to take it off. No, it's not. So it is receiving. It's receiving. Ready for when they ring me, and I'm hoping they do, because it has been going on so long, and I mean, there's no sort of suggestion that even if they do ring me, it's going to be the answer to my prayers. It might not be, but at least I will know, for crying out loud. And they can't keep dodging me. Why do these companies not want business? I'm really really shocked, especially as it's a dog eat dog world out there in the world of shipping and carriers. You know, they're always fighting for their place in business. And I know, but with the insanity from China that gripped the nation, well, no, gripped the world, more people used online shopping, so therefore there was a lot more business going around. But that's over to a certain extent. I know a lot of people have carried on online shopping, but once we all get the bug to go back to the shops and start doing a bit of retail therapy, the instances of ordering online are going to start to go down. So you think that they would want to actually get more business, wouldn't you? You know, I don't understand the idea of not, you know, being more proactive or turning down business. It doesn't make any sense to me. So what else have I got to tell you? I bought some paint yesterday, and I intend to now start, I would say, tarting up the conservatory, because it's the one place that's been really overlooked. It's because, how can I explain the conservatory? Most people in this country, they have a conservatory, unless it's an old farm. The conservatory is a little glass building on the back of the house that some people have quite a big one, and they use it maybe as a dining room, but they sometimes have kind of gardenish type wicker furniture or something like that in there, plants, and they sit in there. It's a garden room. You can close it up and still enjoy the garden because it's all glass, or you can open it up and still enjoy the garden with the breeze coming in and everything else. That is what most people think of as a conservatory. Sometimes they get other pompous names like orangery or whatever, but that's what most people think of as a conservatory. But old-fashioned conservatories back in the day, and my uncle and auntie were, well, my uncle was a game warden on a big estate, and his conservatory was exactly the same as this one. So it was a kind of a long annex, if you like, leading to another room. And they used to do things like hang birds that they'd shot, you know, things like that. That's what the conservatory was really kind of used for. It was, again, a garden room. You brought the garden in or the outside in because you were, you know, you'd go out shooting and you'd hang your birds and whatever. And you'd maybe do your potting out there and, you know, things like that. It wasn't necessarily a comfort room. It was a functional room. So that's what this conservatory is like. It's more of a functional room. You can't sit in it. It's not attractive. There's no glass. There's a few windows, but there's not like glass. It's not that sort of conservatory. It's a working place, and it has a washing machine and tumble dryer. It's more like a utility room stroke old-fashioned conservatory. So the front part of it is a porch, and that's because the front door, it was kind of made into a porch, so it was level with the front of the house because the front door used to sit back. So then that was added on, and now the back door of the porch has been removed, so it is just the front door, and it's no longer a proper porch because there's no door. But it's just the front door is the front of the porch, if you know what I mean. But when you open the door, that's really the first thing people see. And because that's part of the porch and conservatory, it's been neglected by us. Because when we first moved in, Gary started to renew floors and do a lot of DIY in the house and renovating. Well, the one thing that kind of got left was that conservatory. And because it was built on after the effects, so when you walk in, the wall on the right hand side, which is where the house is the old outside wall, you know, and then the one on the left is the new outside wall. So they're both kind of exterior walls, if you like. And because the one on the right hand side was an old exterior wall, it's not flat walls. You know, it's boards, if you like. Hard to explain. I guess it's timber, but it'd be like tongue and groove timber. Obviously heavy duty. And there are things like drain pipes and things like that that go, you know, into the drains underneath. So there's lots of things. It was an exterior wall, but the porch itself really does need some love. So that's what I'm going to tackle first. We've now got the new doors. I've gone around the houses to tell you this, haven't I? Anyway, around the houses. So yeah, I've got the new doors on. So now I can sort it out. And I bought some something to wash the walls with, because now we've got the dehumidifiers. We don't have any wet walls ever. So I'm going to completely seal those. And then I bought a paint, and I bought this country cream colour because everywhere is white, and I thought for once it'd be nice to have kind of a country cream colour. And so that's what's going to be when you open the door. That is what will confront people rather than what confronts them now. Plus we need a floor out there because we've got, Gary renewed the floor, but it needs flooring just out there. Whether that's just a piece of lino, I think that would be the best bet, is some cushion floor of some sort, because if we get tile it'll bring it up too high, because unfortunately even when we had the new doors put in, the thresholds are they're not high up. So if you bring the floor up, you're running the risk of water coming in again, although they are nice doors, so it shouldn't happen. So yes, I've bought some paints. I'm going to do that. And I also bought some wood preserver kind of treatment to do the swing, you know, my mum's old swing that's in the garden. Gary needs to put a cross beam on that. It's a superficial thing, it won't fall down, but it's just an added bit of safety. So that needs working on this year and bringing up to scratch, and I'm going to treat it. So that's bought some paintbrushes to do it with. So yeah, got my work cut out for me. I also have some ornaments that I bought last year and that Mike bought me, garden ornaments that I'm going to paint. And I did buy some outdoor paints to do that with, and I'm going to sort that out and do that. Some of them I make look like bronze. You can do it with black and gold and make them look bronze. I've done that before. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And I bought some outdoor paint last year as well, which I didn't use. So I will hopefully rub down the 2 love seats and get that up to scratch, and see if we can't just give the garden some more love this year, and the house where it needs it. Killed a spider in here yesterday. It was small, but it had the potential to grow into like a big black thing. So I mean, it was right up there. I had to take my life in my hands, standing on the swivel chair with 1 foot on the tabletop and try and get it. I got it. It's an ex-spider now. I'm sorry if you like them, but I just really cannot live in the same house, even as a small one, because I'm a wimp that way. Anything else I've got to tell you? I don't think so. I've got several winners videos popping up here, there and everywhere. A new giveaway that I've put up the other day, and I'm going to do another one today. So there's going to be some more winners and some more giveaways coming up. That's what you've got to look forward to. I have charged up my gimbal. Last time I used it was when I did an open with me, and it didn't work first time. I was very upset about it, so I bought myself a new gimbal a while ago, and it is not the best, I have to say. You see the difference in shape, and that slight difference in shape makes a lot of difference in angle. This one's more of an out and abouter, although this was an out and abouter, but this one enables me to record so much better. I might have to find one like this, but I do have this one, and I did buy a base for it, so it's got a nice sturdy bottom. I did the same with this one for that, but I'm hoping the old Mobile 2, this one, doesn't let me down, because I love this one. This was worth its weight in gold to me. And I don't remember how. I think I just bashed it, and I think I did something to the gimbal inside. It was one bash too far. Might have fallen on the floor, I don't know. But this one is a bizarre thing. But it's supposed to be good for out and about, so we'll have to test that at some point. I also found my microphone, so I do intend to do a walk. At the moment, I think if I did a walk video with you, all you'd hear is me practically dying on the other end, like may not be the best video to make at the moment, but I've got my microphone at the ready, and I intend to go and give it a go very soon. So it should be now, because the weather is so good. It's really beautiful out there. It's going to be like that, they reckon, for 5 to 10 days. Well, I'm hoping for longer, but you know, we just have to see. Another thing I want to do this year is get an outside tap sorted out, and I've got a feeling that to do it, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and have a new one put out the front or something, because I want to be able to get a jet washer and clean the cars. We get so much dust with the lorries going by, and there's no end to those lorries going by. You know, the companies that are doing it are saving themselves so much money, not having to pay to dispose of their waste, that there's no chance that they're going to stop doing it. And you know, it is an ongoing thing. This is a very small road. It weren't designed really to have that kind of traffic, and you know, it is unfortunately our cross to bear. So it's dusty in the summer. Even now it's dusty. It's muddy in the winter, and it's a nightmare. But not much you can do. The only thing I can do is get some kind of hose out the front, maybe douse the road, stop it being so dusty, clean the cars more often with a jet washer, that sort of thing. So you never know. Watch this space. Might have to do it. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this, and thanks for watching. Thank you for all of your get well messages, and those of you watching my playlist. I truly appreciate it. I can't believe it when I looked at, finally got online and looked at my analytics, and because what you've got to remember is there's been so many things missing from this month. I had a leave of absence due to the fact that we had a 4-day power cut, which stopped me doing anything at all. And then there was other things, and then my illness. So it looks like I've done very, very little this month, and couldn't believe it when I saw. So I figured, oh well, I better start getting my finger out, because otherwise it has a disastrous effect on your channel. Plus, you know, I really want to get back to normal. I don't like being incapacitated. Even when I was ill in the past, I would be sitting there doing my videos, and people would be saying, oh, you know, take it easy, it doesn't matter. But I'd feel well enough in myself, so might as well crack on. The only time I don't do it is I really don't feel well enough in myself. And so last week that was me, and I couldn't function. So yeah, I do take it easy when I have to, but when I feel up to it, then I'm back. So yeah, as I was saying, thank you for watching, and thank you for all you do. I will be back to my usual self and getting my usual chats going. I'll try my best to get that done as soon as I can. Maybe with the heralding in my new eating plan. I'm so excited about that. I mean, I've been eating well, don't get me wrong, but today and yesterday I had prawns, so I can't really be saying I'm eating bad, but you know, I'm still kind of eating a few carbs that I shouldn't. So thank you again, and I will see you on the next one. Watch out for a few more winners videos and a giveaway popping up today, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.